this was my sales for the week. I thought I would show you some items that are selling. I've been filming a ton of Poshmark videos. I am Nikki. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I upload multiple times a week. I've been sharing my sales numbers over the last couple of weeks in these Poshmark videos. By the way, did you all order your free USPS Ground Advantage supplies? That's hard for me to say fast 5 times. I have not ordered them because I was just waiting for the mass ordering to kind of calm down. I'm currently stocked up. I have you behind you, so a couple hundred supplies. So I'm stocked up, but I am going to order in the next couple of weeks. But let me know. I think a lot of you have had success ordering your Ground Advantage supplies. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link to a pretty interesting video. Poshmark has changed their shipping for the first time in many, many years. So in those videos, you all said you want me to keep sharing my sales numbers. So I thought I would show you what's selling, what I'm shipping, what I've paid. We break it down because the number one comment I always get is, yeah, that's your sales number, but what's your net profit? So let us get into it. And then stick around at the end of this video. I'm like flipping the format. We're going to go shopping. We're going to go thrifting in San Diego. All right. So first up that I'm shipping out, I have 20 items to ship out. I don't know if I'm going to show you every single thing, but I wanted to give you all an idea of what I sell. It's hard to do this holding this mic. So let's see if Nikki can film and not hit the mic. We'll see how this goes. This is a new with the tags Donna Karan. When's the last time you heard about this brand? Look at that retail price, $495. This is new with the tags. I got this retail arbitrage. So I actually bought this from TJ Maxx. The TJ Maxxes where I live, I am in Los Angeles, for those of you that are new, are pretty good. Not all of them, but a lot of our TJ Maxxes have that, what is it called? Like the runway section. So where they have like designer pieces. This is, Donna Karan has many tiers of lines. I don't know all of them. I just knew, I saw that this retailed for $495. They had it on sale, marked down to $20. And you better believe I picked this up. And this did take a while to sell. This took almost 3 months to sell. And it sold for $175. It's a gorgeous dress, perfect for fall and winter. It has like this net rhinestone all over the sleeve. It's not like on the sleeve. It's like a fishnet that's on top of the velvet sleeve. It just has a lot going for it. It's very sexy, brand new with the tags. So it didn't sell super fast, but it also didn't take, sorry, already hitting the mic. These were from my own personal closet. The brand is Dolce Vita. These are sold at so many different retailers. You can find it at Nordstrom Rack, sometimes Bloomingdale's, sometimes Saks Off Fifth, sometimes Revolve even sells this brand. One of my personal like mid-range shoe brands. I had these for years. So these are like, you know, block heels and then they strap around the ankle. I love a strappy heel, especially with a thicker heel. I love a strappy sandal with a thicker heel because it's really comfortable. But I found that they're not that comfy. So anyways, I sold them. I don't know. There's something about the shape of the shoe. So I wore these maybe like 3 times. I put that in the listing. These sold for $29.99. I'm pretty sure I've had these for over a year. I wore them 5 times. And I got them on a super sale. I think I paid $15 for them. They're still in really good condition. Like, look. I even put in the listing like these. Whenever I'm selling my own personal stuff, I say these were my personal shoes. If I can remember how many times I wore them, I will say it. Oftentimes I can't. That is I saw someone post about this on social media. That is one of the most annoying questions to get as a reseller when someone's like, how many times was it worn? I'm like, girl, I got this from the Goodwill outlet. I have no idea. And I told you all, I'm very honest. I literally say it like, this was not, I don't say it like, girl, too spicy. Spicy Nikki, get down. I don't say it like that, but I do say these shoes were not my personal shoes. I have no idea how often they were worn. They're in great condition or they're in good condition. So I'm really happy with that. I got 5 wears out of these and I made a small profit. I'll take it. This Nation LTD, let me show you the tag up close. This is one of those dresses that is meant to look like worn. You know how Free People, some of their stuff, it just looks like, you know, you're like kind of homeless. like shabby chic, boho chic, whatever. That's one of the these dresses. I got paid $2 for this on $2 day at Goodwill, and this sold for $25.99. So this is thrifted. I really wanted to show you all the lighting in here is not the best. My phone is making this look like gray. It's actually a really nice blue, and it has like minor pilling. And I didn't want to use my sweater shaver because it's 100% cotton and it's kind of thin and lightweight. So I just notated that. I really wanted to make sure in this video I showed you a mix of everything, like that I'm sourcing from retail arbitrage, that I'm sourcing from consignment stores, sourcing online, and sourcing thrifted items. So the majority of the stuff I'm shipping out today, they're thrifted items. Some of you might be like, Nikki, why don't you package it up while we're here? Absolutely not. If you are new here, we have a lot of new friends. I really don't like, I like watching ship with me videos. I don't want to film them. People are just very judgmental. I post a lot of ship with me videos on my Instagram and my TikTok. I'll link them down below. Sorry, I hit the mic. But I always get one comment. My current goal is to post daily on Instagram and TikTok about a sale, something I sold online for a profit. I always get like one snarky comment, like, that's how you fold it, and why did you package it like that? And I'm just like, I get enough feedback from all you lovely people. I don't need more feedback about how I ship, because I've told you all, I'm really honest. I do the bare minimum with packaging. I get it to you safe. I fold it up, but I'm not like doing love notes. Occasionally when I have free items to put in the package, I will put them in. And then I do use my little sticker on almost every package. I link these down below. I got them on Amazon. It basically says, thank you for supporting my small business. What does it say? When you support a small business, you support a dream. Thank you. If you love your order, please leave a review. So I do put these on, but like I'm not doing bows and all that stuff. I just try to be fast and efficient because this is my part-time job. And I want the clothing to get to you, the way you saw it in the listing. But like, I don't do a lot of frills and I just don't want the judgment. So plus I don't like being in here so long. I've been filming in here a lot more, but to actually package up on camera slows me down so much, and I need to make it to the post office before they close. So I know I was going to get that question. This dress sold so fast. This is another one I got. So this one is online arbitrage. If you didn't know, TJ Maxx has an online website where you can buy things, and I check there religiously. Little reseller tip from me to you. This is AFRM. Affirm, whatever. I call it many different things. This brand is sold, another brand that sold a lot of places. Revolve, Nordstrom Rack. I mean, you can find it a ton of different places. I scored this for $5 and it sold for $55. It's new with the tags. So that's a little reseller hack for me to you. Check the TJ Maxx online website. They have a ton of deals almost daily. They have name brand stuff, higher end stuff, affordable stuff. I even find a lot of stuff for my family, my kids, my mom. They have some good deals. So little hack is another thrifted piece. Marmot. I don't know if I'm saying that right. These are a size 4. I paid $2 for these from the Goodwill outlet. I've always heard people talk about this brand and I have never found it. I've never sold this brand. I don't know if I've ever found it, but I've never sold it before today. And these pants sold for $35.99. They're a size 12. They're super lightweight. They have the side pockets. I used all the keywords: hiking, trail, outdoor. What else did I put? Utility. I didn't put utility. I put hiking, outdoor, activewear. That's what I put. And I used athleisure. I try to squeeze as many keywords in as I can. These were made in Vietnam. What's the material? I know I listed the material too. 94 nylon, 6% elastane. So I am super happy with that. And these sold super fast. And they're in great condition. They almost look like, especially for like outdoorsy pants, they look like they've never been worn. A lot of times when I find these like activewear pants that you can wear hiking, fishing, athleisure stuff, they're usually like really beat up, but these are in really good condition. Hello friends. We are in San Diego, California today. We come here quite often. My husband was born and raised here. So yeah, we're here visiting family, and I mean, I shouldn't even say visiting. It's like my second home. I feel like where we live is my first home. Probably San Diego second, and then Dallas and Oklahoma are third, because that's where my dad lives. So I'm floating between those three all the time, but they're used to me escaping and going thrifting. So we are in Oceanside going to a thrift store. This area of San Diego is called North County. For any of you that are not local to here, I was gonna say, I thought I forgot my purse. I have been here many times. I love this store. They have great hard goods. Their clothing is kind of meh, but their accessories and their hard goods are amazing. The only thing is they close super early. I'm here on a Saturday and they literally close at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So I've got like less than an hour. So let's see what we can find. All right. One of my favorite things about shopping at this thrift store is they are so affordable. And I find so many items for $2. If you are new here, I live in Los Angeles. So the most affordable price I find things is $2. Either at the Goodwill outlet, my average cost per goods is like $2 to $2.50, or I shop on $2 day. So it's really nice to be able just to shop at a traditional thrift store, not having to dig through bins and find things for $2. Like they had 2 and 3 piece outfits, and I'm going to show you in the video footage, for $2. Now, I don't come here that often. We visit family in San Diego probably once or twice, not twice a month, probably once a month, and then they come up. But I don't go thrifting every time we go down here, so I don't know how often they rotate. Like if this was my local store, I'm not sure I would love it as much. I think I enjoy it so much because I don't come here that often, and every time I come, I find new things, specifically hard goods, beauty products, and great deals on clothing. A lot of their clothing, as you're going to see in some of the video footage, is a little dated, but I sell dated pieces all the time. So I just wanted to show you this photo of like what they price most clothing at. They do have like a little boutique section that I'm going to show you here coming up, but it was very busy. It was a Saturday. I try not to film people, but I just wanted to show you a picture of the pricing on a lot of the clothing. This is their like boutique brand. So this is where they put things that they mark individually. This Pure Jill, it was like a coat / cardigan, was $8. I was gonna pick it up, but it had some stains, so I passed on it. Lauren Conrad, I think this is a hand knit piece. One of the employees told me that was hand knit, but had no brand, $15. Chico's, I would have picked that up. If you are new around here, I love selling a mid-range mall brand. Chico's, Talbot's, J. Jill. I don't even call Banana Republic and J. Crew mid-range anymore. They're so expensive. I mean, I went into a J. Crew store recently, and I think I told you all this. I was looking for a suit for work, and they were starting at $300 going up to $700. They're very expensive. I love this store for hard goods. They have the most random stuff that I flip for such a profit. One time I found a super old phone here. Like I'm talking a phone from the 1930s. I paid $5 for it and it sold for over $300. Now that was a few and far between. Like most of the things here in the hard goods section, you could flip for like 20, 30 bucks. I did end up picking up that mirror in the box that you see right there. I'm sorry, that's like a mirror / ring light. I picked that up. I also picked up one of the cordless phones. I'm sure a lot of you remember those. Some of you probably still have them in your house. I love those things. I love them. Look at this old cordless phone. Comment down below how many of you still have a home phone. We have the phone line. I just haven't been able to find a phone that works. I actually need to start using it for work, but this was $9.99. And the nice thing about this store is they will let you test things to see if they work. I did test this because I could have probably flipped this for like a $20, maybe $30 profit, but it didn't work. I plugged it in. At least I tried everything I could in the store and I couldn't get it to get going. I did pick up these headphones that you see right next to it. Again, we're doing a mix of photo and video footage, friends, because it's just very busy. And I really try my hardest not to film people. Sometimes I'm not great at it, but there are also a lot of kids running around, and I don't even want to show my own kids online. You all very rarely see them, so I'm definitely not going to film other people's kids. But I did pick up the headphones. This was a great a great thrifting day, friends. I end up finding so much Free People, so many Bread and Butter, J. Crew, Banana Republic, and I paid $2 each. Here's the game section. I used to sell a lot of games before I had kids, and I had the time to count puzzle pieces and game pieces because you really do need to make sure that all pieces are included, or else you have to disclose, like, you know, some pieces might be missing and then it won't sell for as much. So that's why I say before kids, I had the time to like count everything. I just don't have the time anymore, so I don't pick those up because it does affect how much you can sell the game for, whether or not you know if you have the whole game or all the pieces. I did pick up this I've never seen a Lucky brand tag like this. Have you all? I wanted to show it to you. Is this a vintage tag? This is a bit faded, but I used my little special detergent hack that brings dark color items back to life. It's really not a hack. It's just a product I use. I'll link it down below. You can get it on Amazon. You mix a small amount of it with your dark colored items, and when I tell you, it brings them back to life. And I have already sold this piece for $25 and I paid $2 for it, friends. So I highly recommend, if you find a lot of like dark colored items that are worth reviving, this product is awesome. I'll link it down below. I picked up this Free People skirt for $2. I did try to sell this in a live sale last week and it didn't sell. I think it started at $15. I'm just going to list it, or I might keep it. It's my size, really cute, perfect for fall and winter. I found so much Free People in the clothing section for $2. I had to look up this tag, 1 September. Apparently this is a brand sold at Anthro, or used to be sold at Anthro. I found this exact top listed for like $30, but there are no sold comps. And this one had a lot of staining and a lot of discoloration. So I decided to pass on that. But I also found this Free People little cardigan. I picked this up. This was $2. It's also my size, a size medium. So I tried to sell this one in a live sale. It didn't sell, so I will list it. Free People in 2025 has quickly become like one of my top 5 selling brands, just because I can find it so often where I live, and I can get it for such an affordable price that I can move it pretty quickly. You know, $2 and to 20, 25, I will take it. I found a ton of Zara at this store that I picked up for myself. I ended up spending about $120 here, but $120, friends, when you're paying $2 per item on average, is so much. I mean, they have a ton of, you know, Kohl's, JCPenney, boutique brands I have never heard of, but they also have, like I said, a ton of Anthro. I ended up leaving with about 15 Free People pieces. This video is getting kind of long, and honestly, it's not that small. The store is actually pretty big for like a mom and pop thrift store, but it was just so crowded. So I didn't get to film that much. I know when I'm filming at these thrift stores, I make it look like I'm the only one there, but that's because I really try to film when no one's around me. So you can see a ton of Karen Scott, Ann Taylor. I got a ton of Ann Taylor pieces. Ann Taylor is another brand that I used to call like mid-range mall brand. But if you go into some of these stores, if you can't find a good sale, it can be very expensive. I found this Chi Chi London gown, $2, friends. This was a quick box up and send to ThredUp. I found some sold comps on these gowns anywhere from like $40 to $80, but I have already boxed this up and sent it off to ThredUp, so I will keep you posted on what it sells for. Dresses, gowns, midi length, maxi, all of those are dresses in general. It's just my best-selling category across all platforms for clothing, but specifically on ThredUp, those are the fastest selling items for me, are dresses and gowns. Literally the day I'm filming this, just this morning, I sold 2 McDougal gowns on ThredUp. So if you have any gowns, dresses, especially before holidays come up, get them shipped to ThredUp. You can sell them for top profit, especially if they're in good condition. I loved this outfit. I believe it was handmade in Indonesia. It's a 2-piece outfit, and they only charged me $2 for it. I kept this for myself. I have already steamed it. I tried to squeeze into it. I am a medium with very thick thighs. Definitely not a small. So, but it looks nice on me. It's a little form-fitting, but it's actually very flattering. I love it. Handmade, and it's made in Indonesia, size small. I was thinking of reselling this, but I looked up comps on this brand. A 2-piece outfit, you're lucky to get like $30, but I was like, I love this. I can squeeze into it. So this is a piece I kept for myself. I ended up finding like 5 pieces for myself this day. Now, this is my favorite part of this thrift store. They have so many awesome dishware sets, hard good items, home decor items, vintage home decor items. It's like 1/3 of the store, but I spent like an hour in this section because I've told you all I'm still learning, especially like dishware, cups, mugs, crystal. I'm still learning all that stuff. So anytime I find so many items in these sections, I have to literally look everything up one by one. But I ended up getting 2 dishware sets. Those will be sold on Facebook Marketplace. I really don't like selling fragile items and having to ship them. I will, but not the multiple pieces. Like I picked up 2 dishware sets that were like 5 pieces. Those Pier 1 bowls I ended up picking up. Don't sleep on Pier 1, friends. They used to have brick and mortar stores, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. They closed all their brick and mortar stores and they're just online, and they have been around for a long time. So you can find a lot of stuff from them that's actually vintage now, which is crazy. So I picked that up. I picked up a Crate and Barrel sheet set. I picked up some. When I tell you the amount of stuff I got for $120, you all will be shocked. Stick around, subscribe for thrift hauls coming up because I'm going to have a ton of thrift hauls. They usually have more beauty products, but they didn't have many beauty products on this day. I usually find like a ton of new, unopened makeup, healthcare, self-care stuff that has just never been used and is no longer sold in stores. So this was great. They even have a whole section dedicated to fall for all you fall lovers. I'm like, seriously, I have to look at pumpkins already. I was filming this in the beginning of September and people already are decorating for fall. I know you all love fall. Personally, my favorite season is spring and then summer. Let me know. What's your favorite season? I'm betting my money, like 90% of you are going to say fall. I love pumpkin spice. If you are new here, I usually have one video where I rant about fall and how I'm tired of hearing about it and your pumpkin spice lattes and your pumpkin spice popcorn. And then I don't talk about it anymore. I love fall just as much as you all. No, I don't love fall as much as you all do. I like fall, but I think it's overrated. End rant. Anywho, look at how organized this is. This is what I love about these little thrift stores. They're so organized. A whole section dedicated to hot costumes and fall decor. You all would love it here. Subscribe if I have not scared you away with my fall rant. Consider it. I am here multiple times a week. We are going to have some amazing thrift hauls coming up. A lot of it's going to be from this store because I just got so much stuff. And if you like this format of video where I do what's sold and come thrift with me together, you could just put it on while you're working. Let me know in the comments down below. It helps to make the videos longer. Plus, I can jam pack a bunch of information for you. I did pick these up, by the way. They were $10, but she only charged me $10 for 2, so $5 each. And I will see you soon. Ciao.